Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is Saturday, April 26th, and the moon is in Aries. We are in the dark of the moon. That is the time just before the new moon, which will be exact on Sunday, the 28th at 8 degrees of Taurus. If you'd like to know more about that new moon, you can check out my episode of Moon Shadows with Ona. You can find that on my channel. We talk about this new moon in Taurus in detail. And we also talk about the big thing that's happening today. But before we get there, the moon in Aries does make a conjunction. It makes a sextile to Jupiter that expands everything. Jupiter expands everything that it touches. And Aries is our feelings, our emotions. They're instinctual. They're raw. They're instantaneous with Aries. So you're feeling your feels today. The Aries moon then conjoins Chiron in Aries. Chiron, the wounded healer energy. In Aries, we've been struggling with our sense of identity, our rights to ourselves, our autonomy, our rights to be and breathe and not so much have, but be. And we're certainly seeing a lot of distress and issues with that. And then we have the moon conjoin Eris, the goddess of discord, who is pretty close to Chiron. Won't be conjunct for a little while, but they're in orb of a conjunction, and that any kind of conjunction increases the power. So this is going to be a very challenging and maybe often dangerous summer ahead with that aspect. We just have to keep our eyes open, know where we're at, know what's going on, but it will not dissuade people from speaking their minds and their hearts. Speaking of hearts, the bleeding heart is popping up. I think it came up another, quarter of the way up. Now the little hearts are starting to come out. This is the little bed that we made for the puppies. This is where they lie, under the apple tree, under the old lady apple tree here, our little Macintosh apple tree, which is way older than me. I think was planted in the 30s sometime. So it's probably almost 100 years old. Apple trees don't live that long, but this lady is still with us. All right. So the big thing that's happening today, I have my thing of daffodils out there. I'm gonna have to bring those in the house because today we're gonna get some rain. The big thing that's happening today is an opposition between Mars and Pluto. It's always an intense time. Oppositions bring awareness, but it also brings a great amount of tension. And it can just sit there being all tense and challenging. And really nothing can happen unless there's something creating activity and action. And that would be a planet squaring that opposition. And we do have the sun and the new moon, in fact, squaring that opposition. And Black Moon Lilith, another archetype of the pissed off feminine. And so we can expect nobody's sitting down here. All right, Michael went and got some plants yesterday. This is only a small grouping of them. But this is his time. Like, some men buy silly things and expensive things, and they go off, and you come home and you're like, you really needed that, huh? But not Michael. His probably, mine is books and his is plants, right? We all have our weaknesses. All right, guys. The opposition between Pluto and Mars is the third of 3 exact. The first one happening 2 days before the election on November 3rd. The second one happened the first week of January when we started this year. I believe it was the 5th or the 4th, right before January 6th, which was significant. January 6th, Mars retrograded back into Cancer. But was it Cancer? Yeah, retrograded back into Cancer. But this is a point of awareness. This is part of the synodic cycle. And from here, we move on and bringing our awareness around issues of power out into the world, where we're going to honestly fight it out in the streets. Maybe not literally, probably somewhat literally, and also figuratively. So this is a time to be aware of the power dynamics that we face, but also know that we are not in this alone, and together we stand. So intense times. We're living in intense times. And as I understand it, my fan fiction about the Pope rising from the dead and shocking a certain somebody into another place, I guess has not happened. But that's why they call it fan fiction. All right, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, check out check out Moon Shadows. And tonight we're simulcast on my channel and Ona's channel, Mystic Sisters, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Join us. We're going to have Jen Lin. It's going to be fun. And exciting. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste. I'll see you tonight.